registration/concert. We are working with a local business called Tap It in Gainesville. He actually, the owner of Tap It, ran for Congress, so he's very on board with what we're doing. He's in talks with City Hall and the lawn of getting the permits that he needs to get beer trucks and everything up here. He has gotten with me on a pricing sheet. Manchester's in talks about that. So we are planning on having beer and alcohol there. So be according to that. You know, we want to be respectful. We want to keep our tones. We're up here to benefit the party. We're up here to benefit Trump being reelected. We're not up here trying to push a public, personal agenda. Some of you may have been told or may have been taught that we are a white supremacist group. That's not the case here today. We are nothing of the Ku Klux Klan. We are nothing of a Nazi group. We're up here as good Americans fighting for one thing. We're fighting for this country. We're fighting to take it back to the founding fathers the way they intended it to be. With that being said, we ask everyone to come. We'll be getting things locked down in the next week or so. Patrick will be back with me. I've actually got a meeting with him on Wednesday. And then I've actually got a meeting with the City Hall on Wednesday as well. So Wednesday's going to be a very important day. Hopefully by Friday we'll have some set states and set dates, and we'll be able to move forward from there. And we'll start promoting it. I ask everyone that if you can reach out to 2 people, everyone in this room can reach out to 2 people and bring 2 people, we grow in leaps and bounds. And we're just out here trying to make sure Donald Trump gets reelected. We're trying to make sure the Republican Party keeps its stand. We're also trying to push this 2A. We've taken the 2A gun rally to the City Hall. They've not been as welcoming as we'd like them to be. We've now got Stacey Gerard, who's the sheriff of Lumpkin County. He's on board with us. He's actually purchased many raffle tickets for this gun today. So, with that being said, if you haven't signed that 2A proposal out there, please do so. We're going to take this back up to the City Hall, or we're going to take this back up to the Commissioner Board.
Monday, we're hoping if we can take it up there Monday. Zane's working on wording of the last paragraph. They want to change the wording around a little bit, and they said we can play ball, so we'll see Tuesday night at the Commissioner's meeting.
So we plan on, also at the voter registration drive in April, we also plan on having a bike ride. So if you have a motorcycle, you want to ride on a bike, I don't do the motorcycle thing, so whoever wants to come do the motorcycle thing, we welcome you. We ask that we, have a good Patriot ride. That's all we're here for. We're here to benefit this country and our party. So, with that being said, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
I think you got something prepared.
You want to speak?
Yeah, might as well go ahead and follow up.
With that being said, I did prepare a little bit of a speech today. I'll try to get through it swiftly. I kind of got bombarded this morning, rewriting it and getting things in order. And things changed on us, so bear with me. So good afternoon. As you've just been told, I'm Joshua Mote. I'm the Lumpkin County Coordinator. I'm honored to take on that role and responsibility in this party. I'll take it and I'll run with it. And I'll do our work as a party. I'll be a good voice, a good face. I'll always do the right thing to keep this party upholding the right way. You never have to worry about my message bearing, because it's not going to happen. I would like to address the elephant in the room. I've already touched on it a little bit, but what some of you may or may not heard from social media, or the news, or the rumors that generate in a small town. We are not and will never be a white supremacist group. Let me say that again. We are not and will never be a white supremacist group. So get that out of your head if you're here for that. We're not here for that. But instead, we're a group of Americans. We're band together to stand up for the American dream and the Constitution that this very country was founded on. And we welcome you today. And we take on this fight, and we ask you to take on this fight with us. We welcome all Americans to stand with us. But in this country, our Second Amendment has come under fire. And like most Georgia, who has gone before us and already took the drastic steps to already approve such a measure, we today stand here and call on the Commission of Board of Lumpkin County to take this historic fight with us and make Lumpkin a 2A sanctuary county. The arguments that I get from the commissioners, they argue this will never happen to Georgia, or that our Second Amendment is protected under our Constitution. Well, I ask you and I urge you to ask today, ask the people of Virginia that's taken this fight to their backyard, because they have a governor who has taken and abused his power, and he's taken his oath of Constitution and turned it into a dictatorship. That's not the way this country was founded, nor was it ever meant to be that way. We need to stand up and protect our own rights as citizens, not expect our government to do it for us. And that's what we're doing here today. I'm not even going to play the political patty cake game of trying to sugarcoat what to call these anti-American socialists. That they are trying to dismantle America one brick at a time. If that's the only way that they can get away with it. So why start with the Second Amendment? Because they can scare the hell out of us with a big, bad, scary gun. They demonize an inanimate object in order to make citizens beg the government to take away their God-given rights to protect themselves. And they are able to get away with it because, sadly, most Americans are so woefully uneducated, not just on our constitutional rights, or why we have them in the first place, but why they are able to start with the big, scary gun. But using words like semi-automatic or the dreaded AR-15, which we're rifling today. Let's just stop with those two simple ones right there. Let's just start with those two simple ones right there. Does anyone really know what the AR and the AR-15 stands for? Does it stand for automatic rifle? An awesome rifle. Does anyone know what it actually means? AR actually stands for Arm of Light. It's the name of the rifle that was given to it in the 1950s. So our second question, what does semi-automatic actually mean? Would it surprise you to know that just about every single gun available for legal gun owners to purchase is a semi-automatic? From hunting rifles to pistols, to the very guns that we defend ourselves with. It all simply means you pull the trigger and a bullet ejects. There's already laws in place that stop us from getting fully automatic weapons. So, I ask you today to stand up for this Second Amendment rights. We love our families and we accept our responsibility and care and protection of our families. Whether the wolf at the door is a drug-crazed robber trying to break into our home in the middle of the night, or a real wolf terrorizing our livestock, or a tyrannical government, there may come a time when I'm in a position where the only thing between me and my safety and my family's safety is a bullet. And it's not a responsibility I take lightly. The framers didn't come home from a rabbit hunting trip and sit around the fire when they decided these amendments were necessary. They had just fought a tyrannical government they knew very well and what was at stake. And I and the men and the women that stand in this group for our country, I ask that you stand with me. We know what is at stake as well. We're at the breaking point now. We have taken the hits in the media. We have been threatened. We've had our businesses attacked. Our families take slings and arrows. We are called white supremacists, Ku Klux Klan, Nazis, and racists. That's on the days they are being nice. We are mocked, harassed, and intimidated. We have our past lives dug up and resurrected and read out like a definition from the Webster's Dictionary. Every time our names are mentioned as though our past has defined who we have become today. We have one agenda, only one. That is to make sure our country stays aligned with the Constitution of these United States. Our membership requirements are a grand total of one. Be an American now. Granted, it's a pretty important one. And we don't take getting called ourselves Americans lightly either. It comes with such great responsibilities, and one of those first being able to protect ourselves and our country with whatever the cost may be. You will also notice on our membership form there is no place to fill in for your sex, your race, or your religion, or any other 577,000 new identity politic boxes that the socialists use to divide our country up with. Together to take care of America. It doesn't get any more basic than that. So while today we will sign our names to a petition stating that we, citizens of Lumpkin County, Georgia, refuse to give up any of our rights by vote or by force that were bestowed upon us by our Creator. Not today, not a government for a creation for a Second Amendment sanctuary county. It is so much more than just that. Today we say no means no to any infringement to any right of an American citizen. Thomas Paine once said in a quote, "The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph." Thank you.